Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
So, Fallout 3, we all have probably played the game and enjoyed it a lot. And why am I talking about this game now in 2023, 11 years after it has been released? Well, it's still my favorite Far Cry game of all time. Currently, no other Far Cry game has beaten it. Maybe just because I was younger and it was basically one of my first Far Cry games. I played the first one and then the third one, then the second. But then again, I enjoyed the third one the most. And even now, playing through further games, I still cannot find the feeling I had really playing Far Cry 3. And now I will get into it why I think the game was so great, even though it was released in 2012 in November. And I personally think the game made really big progress in the gaming world and overall was just perfect from the world to overall exploration to storytelling to character development. So let's get into that. So, what made Far Cry 3 so special for me personally, out of all Far Cry games? Well, firstly, it was the world. Right now, open world games such as these is a common occurrence. It's, even an indie game developer could make this, but back then, in 2012, it was not that well spread to have such a world so packed with things to explore and see. And for me, it was amazing. I either could climb radio towers to unlock more areas of the map and see hunting spots. I could go hunt animals for pelts, so I could craft satchels, bags to carry more stuff, more ammunition, more explosives, and so on. And it was so amazing to just get out of a village, you get into the woods, the jungle, and you see exotic birds, animals, and not just prey animals, also animals that would attack you. And it was so great to just be able to explore this jungle and actually be in that feeling that you're actually there for a reason, like hunting, gathering supplies for medication, and there was some level of threat and challenge, and I can't recall how many times I died to a mountain lion or any other predatory animal, especially also sharks in the water, when I thought, no, I don't need a boat. And it really drove up the challenge and the overall detail to the world. Everything you could gather and find all around. It was just perfect in my opinion, and still is the best out of many other games that I have seen recently released. The playstyle also could be varied and it was super chaotic, even in the exploration. Let's say you're just driving down a mountain or some dirt path from one safe place to another and you encounter a patrol. A massive chase could ensue and a firefight and overall just chaos. If you lit something on fire, the fire spread, which meant you're also in danger. You could never really predict where the fire would go, which means everything was dangerous for you. You could just be randomly scavenging for, let's say, pelts. You need deer or something, or you were trying to help on a side quest some civilian or something, and a predatory animal came out the bushes and attacked you. The playstyle was perfect as well. Not many games had this mixture of even having hideouts and outposts that you could liberate in various styles. You could go Rambo style in, and it was very cool to have these massive firefights, or you wanted to do challenges like go sneak mode, maybe challenge yourself and only use melee takedowns with leveled up abilities. You could do chain stabs and so on, and it was very, very cool. And I remember when I put those challenges for myself, let's say, have the maximum amount of chain stabs or liberate an outpost just doing chain takedowns. It was amazing, and it really, really was like one of the best open world games I played at the time, and I had so much fun playing. Like, you cannot imagine the excitement, especially for a person like me or any other gamer probably who enjoys these kinds of games, to be able to scavenge for your own food, not food, but medication, pelts, to upgrade your inventory, get skills like cooking grenades and finding more pelts on animals, or just getting more rewards, finding more ammunition. It's really cool that they put in so much attention to detail. And character development as well in the game is just amazing. You start off with this kind of cocky Jason Brody, a dude who doesn't know anything basically about the jungle, was there to just explore, party, drink, skydive, do those kinds of things. And then after being captured by Voss, you just get thrown into the jungle and fight for survival, and you eventually get better. And the character progression you see, especially also from later dialogue with your friends that you're saving, that your character is changing, and your character doesn't understand. You technically think you're the same and everything, but you can see how Jason is slowly going into this psychopathic rage, the killer mind. And also, it was just amazing because, well, you're taking down enemies, and that they implemented that in the story, how your character actually changes as more and more of these conflict situations you resolve by force and so on. Just really blew my mind, because this really showed how much detail you could add to a game, the game's story, and just painted the bigger picture, and it was just amazing. And now also talking about the villain, Voss. Every game like this needs a villain. Voss wasn't even the full main villain of the game. Yes, you do defeat him in the very end, but he wasn't even on screen for most of the time, but he still delivered quite the punch of story. He was perfect for this. The unpredictable behavior of him switching from being happy to extremely pissed off, and overall just being kind of psychotic, also fit the character so well. And he delivered the story, his story, and his viewpoint so well. You could see actual actors in play here, and even now, Voss, well, for anyone who has played Far Cry, everyone knows Voss. Even players who have not played Far Cry know Voss. He has even like a legacy, and everyone hopes that he will return, possibly in future Far Cry games. The skill tree in the game also was a very good mechanic. Like, not just a plain old skill tree, but the more you upgraded your skills, the more your tatau, as they said, was filled in on your arm and represented how good of a warrior you're becoming. And Rakiat also explained how he's the chosen warrior and evolving and everything as more he fights and more learn skills and everything. And it's just amazing. And the ways also traveling from point to point weren't just walk here, you wait for an NPC and then you travel to another point. No, you could have small helicopters, you had ATVs, trucks, cars. You even had a paraglider, a wingsuit, and a parachute if you wanted to do different ways of exploring and jump from place to place, glide, fly. It was all there. You even had boats for larger water sections, and it was implemented in the story too. And personally, that was amazing that I shouldn't be, looking around and everything. There was many different ways of transport all around. You got out of a safe place, there was a village. Oh, never mind, there's a car, you can pick it up. Or there was a convoy, or there was a patrol, you take them down and take their car. and it was just a very, very good experience. And in my opinion, it's the best Far Cry game that has been currently released. Personal second best, of course, is Far Cry 5, but I haven't played through it, so I will review it later. But as it goes for Far Cry games, 3 takes the cake, and if any of you have not played it yet, I truly recommend this game. It's usually cheap already since it's been out for a long while, but it's still definitely worth a playthrough, because like, well, the feelings are amazing in that game. Everything fits in so nicely. The story is perfect. Character development is just on point. Everything fits in so greatly in that game. Yes, it's dated, but it's a very, very great game. It's basically a classic at this point, and definitely is worth to take. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and I'll see you in the next video.